If you think money can come without work, then listen to this story. It will open your eyes to the truth. Ejike was a young boy who lived in a small village in Nigeria. He was 20 years old but acted like a child. Every morning, his mother would wake him up to go and work on their farm. But Ejike would turn on his bed and cover his head with a cloth. "I don't want to farm," he would say. "Farming is too hard. There must be an easier way to make money." His mother would shake her head and go to the farm alone. She was getting old and her back was hurting. She needed help. But Ejike was too lazy to help her. All day, Ejike would sit under the big mango tree in their compound. He would watch other young men going to work. Some went to the market to sell things. Others went to learn skills like carpentry or welding. But Ejike just sat there, dreaming of easy money. "Why should I suffer when there are people who make money without working?" he would ask himself. "I will find that easy way too." His mother tried to talk to him many times, but Ejike never listened. One hot afternoon, as Ejike sat under his favorite mango tree, his friend Emmanuel came to visit him. Emmanuel was also 20 years old, but he was different from Ejike. He always had new ideas about making money quickly. "My friend, you look sad," Emmanuel said as he sat beside Ejike. "What is the problem?" "I am tired of being poor," Ejike replied. "My mother wants me to farm, but farming is hard work. I want to make money fast, like rich people do." Emmanuel smiled in a way that made Ejike feel uncomfortable. "You know what, my friend? I have been thinking about the same thing. I have found a way to make plenty money without working hard." Ejike's eyes opened wide. "Really? Tell me, what is this way?" "Have you seen those big pastors on television?" Emmanuel asked. "They wear fine clothes, drive big cars, and live in beautiful houses. People give them money every Sunday. They don't farm or work in offices, but they are very rich." "Yes, I have seen them," Ejike answered. "But they are real pastors. They know the Bible." Emmanuel laughed. "My friend, you don't need to know the Bible well. You just need to know how to talk to people and make them believe you have power from God." Emmanuel moved closer to Ejike and spoke in a low voice, like he was telling a secret. "Listen to me carefully, my friend. I have a plan that will make us rich in just a few months." Ejike listened with great interest. He had been waiting for someone to show him an easy way to make money. "We will start our own church," Emmanuel continued. "I will be the pastor, and you will be my assistant. People will come and give us money every Sunday. We will tell them we can solve their problems with prayers." "But Emmanuel," Ejike said, "what if God punishes us for lying about being pastors?" Emmanuel waved his hand like he was pushing away a fly. "God helps those who help themselves. Besides, we are not completely lying. We will pray for people. We will just add some special things to make our prayers work faster." "What special things?" Ejike asked. "I know someone who can help us," Emmanuel said with that strange smile again. "There is an old man in the next village. People say he knows how to make special medicine that can solve any problem. He can give us power to perform miracles." Ejike felt something cold in his stomach, but the thought of easy money was stronger than his fear. "When do we start?" he asked. The next day, Emmanuel took Ejike to see the old man he had talked about. They walked for 2 hours through a thick forest to reach a small, dark house that looked like it had not been painted for many years. The old man who opened the door looked very scary. His eyes were red and his teeth were black. He wore dirty clothes and there was a bad smell coming from his house. "So, these are the young men who want to become rich pastors," the old man said in a voice that sounded like a snake. "Come inside." Inside the house, Ejike saw many strange things. There were animal bones on the floor, strange bottles with different colors of liquid, and pictures of scary faces on the walls. "Sit down," the old man told them. "I can give you power to perform miracles and make people follow you, but everything has a price." "What is the price?" Emmanuel asked. He did not look scared at all. The old man smiled, showing his black teeth. "For every miracle you perform, You must bring me one soul. Every person you touches their head during prayer, their soul will belong to me. This is how you will pay for the power I give you." Ejike's heart started beating very fast. "What does that mean?" he asked. "It means those people will die slowly," the old man explained. "Their life will be used to keep your power strong." Ejike stood up quickly. "No, I cannot do this. We will be killing innocent people." But Emmanuel grabbed his arm and pulled him back down. "Sit down, my friend. Think about this carefully. We are not the ones killing them. We are just using them to become successful. This is business." "This is not business, Emmanuel. This is evil," Ejike said, his voice shaking. The old man looked at them with his red eyes. "Young men, let me tell you something. Rich people all over the world do things that hurt other people to become successful. The only difference is that my method works faster." Emmanuel nodded. "He is right, Ejike. Besides, these people will come to us because they want miracles. We will give them what they want. If some of them have to pay a price, that is not our fault." Ejike looked at his friend and could not believe what he was hearing. "Emmanuel, these are human beings we are talking about. They have families and children." "And we also have families," Emmanuel replied. "My mother is sick and needs money for treatment. Your mother is getting old and needs help. This is our chance to help them and ourselves." The old man was getting impatient. "I don't have all day. Do you want the power or not?" Emmanuel looked at Ejike. "My friend, if you don't want to do this with me, I will do it alone. But remember, when I become rich and famous, don't come to me asking for help." After thinking for a long time, Ejike made the worst decision of his life. "Okay," he said quietly, "I will do it." The old man smiled and clapped his hands. "Good, now we can begin." He went to the back of his house and brought out a big black pot, some strange powder, and a dead chicken. "You must drink this special medicine, and I will perform a ritual that will give you power." He started mixing different things in the pot while saying words in a language that Ejike had never heard before. The room became very cold, even though it was a hot day outside. "Each of you must cut your finger and put 3 drops of blood in this pot," the old man said, giving them a sharp knife. Emmanuel cut his finger first without fear. When it was Ejike's turn, his hand was shaking so much that he could barely hold the knife. As soon as their blood touched the mixture in the pot, the room became darker. Ejike heard strange voices speaking, but he could not see anyone else in the room. "Drink this," the old man said, giving them each a cup of the terrible mixture. The liquid tasted worse than anything Ejike had ever put in his mouth. He wanted to vomit, but the old man told him he must keep it down. "It is done," the old man said. "Now you have the power to perform miracles. But remember our agreement. Every soul you collect makes your power stronger." 1 week later, Emmanuel and Ejike started their fake church. They rented a small building in the town center and painted a big sign that said, "Miracle Church of Power." Emmanuel called himself Prophet Emmanuel and wore a white robe that made him look like a real pastor. Ejike helped him set up chairs and made sure everything looked good for their first service. On their first Sunday, only 5 people came to the church. Emmanuel preached about God's love and promised to solve everyone's problems through prayer. "Bring me your problems," he shouted. "Sickness, poverty, bad marriage, no job. I will pray for you and God will answer immediately." An old woman came forward. She was walking with a stick because her leg was painful. "Prophet, please pray for my leg. I have been suffering for 2 years." Emmanuel placed his hand on her head and prayed loudly. Suddenly, the woman said she felt better and started walking without her stick. The other people in the church were amazed. They had never seen anything like this before. But Ejike knew the truth. He watched as the old woman smiled and thanked Emmanuel. He knew that by touching the woman's head, part of her soul was now gone. She looked happier, but Ejike could see something different in her eyes. After the service, The old woman gave Emmanuel all the money she had brought to buy food for the week. Word about the miracle spread quickly in the town. The next Sunday, 20 people came to the church. By the third Sunday, the small building was full with over 50 people. Emmanuel was becoming more confident every day. He would walk around the church, touching people's heads and claiming to heal their sicknesses. Each time he touched someone, Ejike could see the person's eyes change slightly, like something was being taken away from them. People started bringing their friends and family members. They brought money, food and gifts for Prophet Emmanuel. The fake pastor was getting richer every week. Ejike was also benefiting from the money, but he was not happy. Every night, he had terrible dreams about the people Emmanuel had touched. He would see their faces calling out to him for help. "Emmanuel," he said one day, "don't you feel bad about what we are doing to these people?" "Feel bad?" Emmanuel laughed. "Look around you, my friend. We have money now. We can buy good food, nice clothes, and help our families. These people are happy because they think their problems are solved. Everyone is winning." But Ejike knew that everyone was not winning. He had started noticing that people who came for prayers several times were beginning to look sick and tired, even though they claimed to feel better. Ejike's mother noticed that her son suddenly had money to buy things for the house. He bought her new clothes, paid for house repairs, and even bought a small television. "Ejike," she said one evening, "where are you getting all this money? Last month you didn't want to work and now you have plenty money. What are you doing?" "Mama, don't worry," Ejike replied. "Emmanuel and I have started a small business. We are helping people solve their problems." His mother looked at him with serious eyes. "My son, I have lived for many years and I know when something is not right. You look troubled even though you have money. Tell me the truth about this business." Ejike could not tell his mother the truth. How could he explain that he was helping to steal people's souls? "There is nothing wrong, Mama. We are just helping people with their problems through prayers." His mother shook her head. "Be careful, my son. Money that comes too easily often brings problems that are too big to solve. I have been having bad dreams about you. I see you in a dark place crying for help. Mama, those are just dreams. Don't worry about me." But his mother was not finished. "Promise me one thing, Ejike. If this business starts making you feel bad inside, you will stop immediately. No money is worth losing your soul." The word soul made Ejike feel cold. He promised his mother, but he was not sure if he could keep the promise. After 1 month of running the fake church, Emmanuel and Ejike had more money than they had ever seen in their lives. The church was now so full that people had to stand outside during services. But strange things were beginning to happen. The old woman who was the first person Emmanuel healed came back to the church, but this time she looked very different. She was much thinner and her eyes looked empty. "Prophet Emmanuel," she said weakly, "I need more prayers. I am feeling worse than before. My leg is paining me again, and now I am having bad dreams every night." Emmanuel touched her head again and prayed loudly. For a moment she looked better, but Ejike noticed that she looked even more tired than before. This pattern started happening with other people too. They would come back again and again, needing more prayers, looking more tired each time. Some people in the town started asking questions. Why do people who go to Prophet Emmanuel's church keep getting sick again? They wondered. But Emmanuel ignored these questions. He was too busy counting the money that people brought to the church every week. Ejike tried to talk to his friend about what they were seeing, but Emmanuel did not want to listen. "These people need us," Emmanuel said. "If we stop helping them, they will have no hope. We are doing a good thing." But Ejike knew they were not doing a good thing. They were slowly killing innocent people. 3 weeks later, something terrible happened. Mrs. Adaiz collapsed during a church service and died right there on the floor. People in the church started crying and shouting. Some were asking what happened, while others were saying it was God's will. Emmanuel tried to stay calm, But Ejike could see fear in his eyes for the first time since they started the fake church. Don't worry, Emmanuel told the people. Sister Adaize has gone to be with God. She is in a better place now. But Ejike knew the truth. Mrs. Adaize had died because they had taken too much of her soul. She had kept coming back for more prayers, and each time they had taken more of her life force. That night, Ejike could not sleep. He kept seeing Mrs. Adaize's face when she collapsed. He remembered how happy she was when they first healed her leg and how she had given them money she needed for food. Emmanuel, he said the next morning, we have to stop this. We killed that woman. We did not kill anyone, Emmanuel replied angrily. She was old and sick. Old people die all the time. You know that is not true. The old man told us that people would die slowly if we took their souls. That woman died because of what we did to her. Emmanuel looked at his friend with cold eyes. Listen to me, Ejike. We have a good thing going here. People love us, we have money, and our families are happy. If you want to stop, you can leave. But I am not stopping. Over the next few weeks, 2 more people who regularly came to the church died suddenly. One was a young father with 3 children, and the other was a woman who had just gotten married. People in the town were starting to talk. Some were saying that Prophet Emmanuel's church was cursed. Others were defending him, saying that these deaths were just coincidences. But Ejike knew they were not coincidences. Each person who died had been touched by Emmanuel many times during prayers. The families of the dead people were in great pain. Ejike watched the young father's children crying at his funeral and felt sick in his stomach. We have to stop, he told Emmanuel again. People are dying because of us. People die every day, Emmanuel replied. That doesn't mean it's our fault. But even Emmanuel was starting to look worried. The number of people coming to the church was decreasing. Some people were afraid to come because of the deaths. One day, a group of elders from the town came to see Emmanuel. They wanted to ask him some questions about the deaths. Prophet Emmanuel, the eldest man, said, we have noticed that several people who attend your church have died recently. Can you explain this to us? Emmanuel put on his fake holy voice. My brothers, death is part of life. God calls people home when their time comes. I am just a servant of God. I cannot control who lives and who dies. But the elders were not satisfied with this answer. Ejike's mother was getting more worried about her son every day. She could see that he was not happy, even though he had money. One evening, she sat him down for a serious talk. My son, she said, I know you are not telling me the truth about this business you are doing with Emmanuel. You have money, but you look like someone who is carrying a heavy load in his heart. Ejike wanted to tell his mother everything, but he was too ashamed. I have been asking people in the market about this church you are attending, his mother continued. People are saying that those who go there keep getting sick and some have died. They are saying something is not right about that place. She held Ejike's hands and looked into his eyes. My son, if you are involved in something evil, please stop now. It is better to be poor and have a clean heart than to be rich and have blood on your hands. Ejike started crying. Mama, I have done something very bad. I don't know how to fix it. Tell me what you have done, my child. But before Ejike could answer, Emmanuel arrived at their house. He had been looking for Ejike because they had to prepare for a special service the next day. Good evening, Mama, Emmanuel greeted Ejike's mother. Can I borrow your son for a few minutes? Ejike's mother looked at Emmanuel with suspicious eyes. She had never liked him, but now she felt like he was dangerous. Ejike is not going anywhere tonight, she said firmly. He needs to rest. Emmanuel smiled, but his eyes were cold. Mama, we have important work to do. People are depending on us. What kind of work? She asked. Emmanuel became impatient with Ejike's mother's questions. Mama, with respect, this is not your business. Ejike is a grown man and can make his own decisions. Ejike's mother stood up and faced Emmanuel. Young man, anything that involves my son is my business. I know you are the one who got him involved in whatever evil thing you are doing. Evil thing? Emmanuel laughed. Mama, we are serving God. We are helping people solve their problems through prayers. Then why do people who go to your church keep dying? She asked directly. Emmanuel's smile disappeared. Who told you that? The whole town is talking about it. People are saying that your church is cursed. Ejike watched his mother and his friend arguing and felt terrible. He knew his mother was right, but he was afraid of what would happen if he told the truth. Mama, please don't worry, he said weakly. Everything is fine. But his mother was not giving up. Ejike, look at me and tell me the truth. Are you involved in something that is hurting people? Before Ejike could answer, Emmanuel grabbed his arm. We are leaving now. We have work to do. As they walked away, Ejike heard his mother calling behind them. Ejike, remember what I told you. It is better to be poor than to have blood on your hands. The next day's church service was different from all the others. Only about 15 people came, and most of them looked scared. Emmanuel tried to preach as usual, but people were not responding like before. When he asked people to come forward for prayers, only 2 people came. After the service, one of the church members approached Emmanuel. Prophet, people in the town are saying that your church is dangerous. They are saying that people who come here die. What do you say about this? Emmanuel tried to remain calm. My brother, these are lies from people who are jealous of the miracles God is doing through me. Don't listen to gossip. But even as he spoke, Ejike could see that Emmanuel was worried. The fake pastor's confidence was beginning to crack. That evening, Emmanuel and Ejike met to count the offering from the day. It was much less money than usual. We need to do something, Emmanuel said. People are getting scared to come to church. Maybe we should stop, Ejike suggested. We have made enough money. Let's just close the church and find another way to make a living. Emmanuel looked at him angrily. Stop? Are you crazy? This is the best thing that has ever happened to us. We just need to be smarter about it. What do you mean? We need to go back to the old man. Maybe he can give us stronger power so that people don't die so quickly. Ejike felt sick when he heard this. Emmanuel, you want to go deeper into this evil thing? Can't you see that we are already in too much trouble? Despite Ejike's protest, Emmanuel insisted that they go back to see the old man. He wanted more power so that he could continue his fake ministry without people dying so quickly. When they reached the old man's house in the forest, he was waiting for them as if he knew they were coming. I have been expecting you, he said with his scary smile. I heard that some of your customers are dying too fast. Yes, Emmanuel said. We need stronger medicine so that we can use people's souls without them dying immediately. The old man laughed. That will cost you more. Nothing in this world is free. What do you want? Emmanuel asked. This time, I want something more valuable than souls. I want one of you to stay with me forever as my servant. Ejike's heart stopped. What does that mean? It means one of you will live here with me and help me with my work. You will never be able to leave or see your family again. Emmanuel looked at Ejike, then back at the old man. Can we think about it? You have until tomorrow night to decide. If you don't come back, I will take away all the power I gave you, and everyone in your town will know the truth about what you have been doing. As they walked back home, Ejike could not believe what had just happened. Emmanuel, we cannot do this. This man is asking us to give up our lives. Not both of us, Emmanuel replied. Just one of us. Ejike looked at his friend in shock. What are you saying? I'm saying that one of us has to sacrifice for the other. This business is too good to lose. That night, Ejike could not sleep. He kept thinking about everything that had happened since they started the fake church. He thought about Mrs. Adais and the other people who had died. He thought about his mother's warnings and her tears. In the morning, he made a decision. He went to find Emmanuel. My friend, he said, I cannot continue with this evil work. I am going to stop now. Emmanuel looked at him with anger. You cannot stop now. If you leave, I will tell everyone that it was your idea to start this fake church. I don't care what you tell people. I cannot continue killing innocent people for money. So what will you do? Go back to farming with your old mother? Yes, if that is what it takes to have peace in my heart. Emmanuel laughed bitterly. You are a fool, Ejike. Do you think people will forgive you when they find out what we have done? Do you think your mother will still love you when she knows you helped kill people? These words hurt Ejike deeply, but he had made up his mind. I will tell everyone the truth and ask for forgiveness. Maybe some people will forgive me, maybe they won't. But I cannot continue living this lie. That afternoon, while Ejike was at home with his mother, Emmanuel went to the police station. He told them that Ejike had forced him to start the fake church and that everything was Ejike's idea. When the police came to arrest Ejike, his mother cried so much that the neighbors came to see what was happening. At the police station, Ejike told the truth about everything. He explained how they met the old man, how they got power to perform fake miracles, and how people died because their souls were being taken. The police did not believe him at first. The story sounded too strange to be true. But when they investigated, they found the old man's house in the forest. The old man had disappeared, but they found evidence of the rituals he had performed. They also found personal items belonging to people who had died after visiting Emmanuel's church. The whole town was shocked when they heard the truth. People could not believe that the young men they trusted had been slowly killing them for money. The families of the people who died were very angry. Some wanted to kill Ejike and Emmanuel with their own hands. Ejike was put in prison to wait for his trial. Emmanuel was also arrested, but he continued to lie, saying that everything was Ejike's fault. In prison, Ejike had time to think about everything that had happened. He realized how foolish he had been to choose easy money over hard work. He thought about all the people who had trusted them and died because of their greed. Every night he prayed for forgiveness, but he knew that some things cannot be undone. His mother visited him in prison once. She cried when she saw him, but she also told him that she was proud that he had finally told the truth. My son, she said, you made a terrible mistake, but admitting your mistake is the first step toward redemption. During the trial, more truth came out about what Emmanuel and Ejike had done. The court heard testimony from people who had survived their fake healing sessions and from families of those who had died. One woman testified that her husband had been healthy before he started attending their church. After Emmanuel prayed for him several times, he became weak and eventually died. Another man said that his daughter had gone to the church for prayers about finding a job. After each prayer session, she became more tired and confused. She died in her sleep 1 month later. The court also heard from traditional healers who explained how the ritual that Ejike and Emmanuel had participated in worked. They confirmed that such rituals could give people temporary power, but always at the cost of other people's lives. Emmanuel continued to blame everything on Ejike, but the evidence showed that both of them were equally guilty. The judge sentenced both of them to 20 years in prison for fraud and causing the deaths of innocent people. As they were being taken away, Ejike looked back and saw his mother in the courtroom. She was crying, but she nodded at him as if to say she forgave him. Emmanuel's mother was also there, but she looked angry and disappointed. She had believed her son's lies and could not accept that he had done such terrible things. In his final statement to the court, Ejike said, I am sorry for what I did. I know that saying sorry cannot bring back the people who died because of my greed. I hope that young people will learn from my mistake and choose to work hard instead of looking for easy money. Dear friends who are listening to this story, remember this: there is no easy way to make money. Every shortcut has a price that is too high to pay. Work hard, be patient, and be satisfied with what you earn honestly. Don't let greed destroy your life like it destroyed Ejike's life. Hard work may be difficult, but it is the only path to true success and peace of mind. Easy money always comes with tears in the end.